2014 Chicago Athletic Awards ceremony. Tonight, we will have a very special guest who is an American icon and who is known in Chicago and around the world as a basketball superstar. He was born in the country on February 17, 1963, to James Jordan and Dolores Jordan in Wilmington, North Carolina. He has two brothers, Larry and Ronald, and two sisters, Dolores and Rosalind. When he was young, he was considered a happy-go-lucky and unselfish type, and wasn't hard to please at all. He was not born a basketball god, but he simply set goals and achievements and worked hard every day to make those goals succeed. When he was 13, his dad built a basketball court, and he and his brother Larry, along with some other neighborhood friends, would practice and play basketball almost every day, which is where all of his hustle made him obtain his neighborhood nickname, Rabbit. He played many sports his sophomore and junior years, which he grew from 5'11" to 6'3", and during his senior year stacked another 3 inches onto that to reach his current height of 6'6". He was blessed with the legs of a high jumper and the shoulders of a linebacker, and he transformed from an all-around athlete to be a potential basketball great. During his senior year, he practiced with his coach every morning at 6 a.m. in the local gym for about 1 hour. The more he practiced and the more his game improved, and the more his confidence built up higher to give him the courage to do college competition. In the starting UNC lineup from his first game and his freshman season, he played like a champion and scored on average 13.5 points per game. He was voted the Atlantic Coast Conference Rookie of the Year, and almost all of his teammates and fans nicknamed him Superman and Last Shot. During his sophomore season, he scored an average of 20 points per game and was very proud of his improvement on defense. By the end of that season, he ranked second to Dudley Bradley in the UNC record book for single-season steals. Eventually, he was voted the College Player of the Year in March 1983, and his performance on the court was described as unstoppable and godly. As people started taking notice of this icon, so did some teams. In 1984, the Chicago Bulls were desperate for a superstar to pull them out of the gutter. The Bulls chose him third in the pro draft of college players and offered him a 7-figure, 5-year contract. He accepted that offer and dropped out of college to join the Chicago Bulls. He was an instant success as a professional basketball player and scored on average 37.1 points per game. He had a habit of sticking out his tongue when shooting or dunking, from which he picked up from his father. He used to do the same when working on the family car. He was kept out of action during the 85-86 season by a foot injury, but took the lead as a top scorer in the 86-87 season. After retiring and coming back a few times, he finally retired for good from the Chicago Bulls after the 02 and 03 season. His endorsements of Nike athletic gear and other products, his royalties, and his fees for appearances bring him a supplementary income of about 4 times greater than his annual salary as a Chicago Bull, which is at approximate of $800,000. He lives now in a townhouse in the Chicago suburb of Northbrook, where he does his own shopping and house cleaning. In his free time, he watches recorded basketball games, follows stock car racing, bowls, plays pool, and listens to music. He still often seeks the counsel of Dean Smith, his college coach, on basketball and all kinds of other life matters. Now, speaking on his behalf about his whole career in general and why he went the path he did to stardom on the court, without further ado, I present the basketball god, Michael Jordan.